How's it going, guys? TacTixHD here, bringing you Season 8 of my NHL 14 Expansion Team Gem Mode series, where you guys look at the Nhl lineup. As you can see, really still a very strong lineup. We got the top three centers there of Taves, McDavid, and Hishin, as well. We got a strong defensive core there. I mean, we've got 84 on the bottom six there. So, I mean, our NHL team is looking really strong throughout. Our wingers could be a little bit better, but that's probably the only place we need to improve. AHL team also looking very strong, still looking like mid to high 70s for most of the forwards. Defense even there, we have a top pairing of 280s. And we got Pouliot in net as Patterson had a big upgrade last summer. As you guys can see, we're 4.5 stars throughout for the NHL team, so pretty much as good as you can get. Once in a while we'll hit 5-star offense, but that's about it. As you guys can see right here, Pollock was dropped in waivers, 3-star green potential. Figured I'd pick him up. Same with Josh Moresi there. Moresi's a sick prospect, so had to snag him from Winnipeg. Here, guys, making one of the biggest trades I've made so far on GM mode. I'm trading Joey Hishin, 86 overall center. Harry Hoffel, he was our first-round pick last year, second overall, and 2 second-round picks in this year's draft, Patrice Bergeron. Bergeron just gives us, an elite center, second or third line, as well. He gives us a 95 face-off rating, really defensive, just, a huge addition to our team. As you guys can see, I also picked up Jimmy Lodge there from the waivers, so a few good waiver pickups there, and the trade for Bergeron is about all we did. And as you guys can see, at the end of the year here, we finished 100 points and 5th in the NHL, 2nd in the East, and we actually won our division. So a really good year this year for us. As you guys can see, Taves finished first in points with a point per game there, 82 points in 82 games. McDavid had a much better year than last year, 63 points in 81 games. Ben also had a really good year with 69 points. And after we acquired Bergeron, McDavid actually moved to the wing, so I'm not sure really how that affected his production afterwards, but I mean, I think he's playing second line left wing now. So we have a really strong lineup with like Ben and Taves on the first line, McDavid and Bergeron on the second line. Here, guys, you can see the AHL team for the first time didn't win the AHL in terms of the regular season. They were 1 point out of first, but I mean, still a really strong year from them. Bennett there only had 45 games played in the AHL. I think he got called up to the NHL, but he had a point per game there, 45 points. Andre Bedin there, again, as always, and pretty good production, I guess, in the rest of the team in terms of how much they played. So in the first round, guys, we're actually going up against the Red Wings, so a little bit bittersweet here. And as you can see, we actually get the win there in the first game, winning 2-1, so good to see. In the second game here, guys, we'll also get another win, 3-0. So 2-0 series lead here, looking pretty good in this first round. Unfortunately, here in the third game, we lose 2-0 at Joe Louis, so lose a game there, so now up 2-1. And as you can see, Detroit wins another one, tying the series up to 2 apiece. So heading back home, hoping to get that win and the advantage in this series. And as you guys can see right here, the AHL team is also starting to enter the playoffs. The AHL season usually ends a little into the NHL season. But right there, guys, you can see we actually lost the 5th game there, 3-2. So we're now down 3-2. Let them win 3 in a row here, so this is not looking good at all. But as you guys can see, in overtime here, we end up losing that 2-1. So pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. A bit of a collapse there in the first round. I think we did the same thing last season. We collapsed in the first round against the Devils. We went on to win the Cup. So I'm not sure what it is with our team. We can make it to the playoffs, but every single time in the first round we just collapse for some reason. Our AHL team, luckily though, did win their first round against the Sharks. So we're up in the second round here, guys, against the Phantoms. So trying to keep this rolling. As you guys know, I think we've won the Calder Cup like 4 or 5 years in a row now. So AHL team is pretty dominant. And right there, guys, in the first game against the Phantoms, we get that big win there, leading us off on the right foot. So we're here, guys, in the second game. As you can see, is actually tied up 1 apiece. End up winning that one in overtime, 2-1. And they're here, guys, in the third game, heading away now. Still got that win. That was a close game, though, getting the 1-0 win. So 1 game away here from the sweep. As you guys can see, we end up getting it in overtime with a 3-2 win. So good series there. So now moving on to the conference final. And in this conference final, we're going up against the Penguins. I think it's like the Wilkes Stratton or whatever it's called. I forget. But as you guys can see, we actually lose that first game there, 4-3. So a bit of a tough loss there, but still a lot of games left to move on in these playoffs. As you guys can see, we come back with a nice win there in the second game, winning it 2-0. Third game here, guys, we actually get another win there, making it 3-1. So 2-1 series lead here, starting to look really good. And we get another win there, 4-1. So pretty decisive now, playing like we should. Actually, I think I missed the first game where we won. So it was actually we were up 1, then we tied 1-1, then we won 3 in a row to take it 4-1. And here, guys, we're in the actual AHL final. As you can see, we're playing the Grand Rapids Griffins, so kind of funny here. Last time we got a chance to avenge our AHL team playing against the Devils AHL team. This time we get a chance to avenge them playing against the Red Wings AHL team. So 2 years in a row, our AHL team has a chance for vengeance. And as you guys can see, we're playing really good here. And right here, you guys can see we actually lost that game 4-2. I think we were up 3-0. So we're up 3-1 now, going to the 5th game. We're actually up 4-1 here. So I decided to join late, as I want to see us win this trophy. And we actually, like I said, guys, played really well. I can't believe the AHL team wasn't really as strong as it's been in the past, but for whatever reason, I think it's just our goalies being so good, low 80s, gives us the huge lead. Right there, you actually see we put another one in when we joined in there with like a minute left, and as you can see, the fans are excited. So this is, I think, our 5th Calder Cup in a row, guys. Our NHL team's been, pretty good. We made the playoffs almost every year since, those first couple years where we had to completely rebuild. But our AHL team's just been so dominant, even with, calling prospects up. They seem to always get it done. So that's really good to see. We got a couple more years here, so hopefully, some of these AHL guys can affect our success in the NHL, help us, make the next step. But anyway, guys, you can see Shea Theodore there. He's a guy that could definitely help us out soon in the future, or at least I hope so. Broda, not going to lie, I have no idea who that is. Right there is Lankow. Pouliot, like I said, he helped win that for sure, being like an 82 overall goalie in the AHL. So here, guys, we got the famous pick. Looks like we won that in Grand Rapids, so that's kind of sick, I guess. And after that, guys, of course, taking a look at the retired players. Mike Smith there, Jonas Taylor, a couple of the big names for goalies. Ryan Getzlav there, Valerie Filppula, Thomas Mechanics, Ryan Kessler, Miguel Grabowski, Corey Perry, just so many big names. David Clarkson, so many huge names retiring this year. Thomas Vanek, Alexander Steen, Rick Nash, Scotty Upshaw, a lot of big names here retired this year. We got Klesla, Duncan Keith, Fedor Tutin, Andre Mazzaros. So a lot of mainstream NHLers retiring as we're just getting farther and farther into this GM mode. So in this draft, guys, we actually didn't have a first or a second round pick. We did have a couple thirds here. We got a pretty good player there, I think, with our first third round pick. A lot of good value for like a second half third round pick, 2.5 star potential there. So not too bad. Same with our second third round pick. I think we got pretty decent value with both those picks. And then right here, guys, decided to trade away TJ Oshie to LA for a first round pick. He's been on the decline for a while now. He's getting up into his like mid 30s. I think he's only 82 overall now. We're still paying about $4.5 million. So just didn't think it was worth it to have that salary on the team, especially with all our young guys coming up on the right wing like Mantha, Hosang, Watson, etc. So here, guys, you can see just re-signing all the big name players. Obviously, got to keep Bergeron, we just traded for. Got to keep Ben on that first line. A few of the wingers here, got to decide like who to keep, who not to keep. Obviously, I like to keep the guys that are younger with more potential if they're the same overall. But if they're not, sometimes I'll keep one guy if he's like 80, 27. If the other guy is 80, 27, just kind of keep the cheaper of the two. But like I said, we definitely need to get better on the wing. I think our defense is really strong. Our centers are amazing. But besides like maybe our top 2 wingers on each side, they're all low 80s. I'd like to add some more mid 80s for the top 9 forwards. So we've got to see what we can do this summer. We really don't have much cap room after we sign everybody, so it's going to be tough to kind of maneuver around it all. Obviously, making sure we sign up all those potential prospect defense, and sometimes you never know really how it works. What summer they're going to get good. Some guys will be like a low 71 summer, then out of nowhere they're like a mid 80 without any games played just during the summer. So you always want to make sure you keep those guys with the good potential because you never know when their potential is going to spike. Also, guys, we had to give John Gibson a new contract, so that's going to cost us a lot. We're going to give him about $5.5 million, only 86 overall, but I think we got to do it to keep that goalie. As well, guys, right there you can see we ended up trading Brett Richey. He was one of the guys we traded for last year for a first round pick. He lost the potential he had, and he stayed as the same overall, so it wasn't worth it. But we signed Teneby there, really good winger, 85 overall. So like I said, we needed to add that mid 80 winger, and that's exactly what we got. So I think we're just as good as a team as we were last year going into next season, maybe even better. And then here, guys, of course, the Nhl Awards. Patrice Bergeron there won the Selk Trophy, so technically won it with us, which is pretty cool, even though we got him, at the trade deadline. And right here, guys, to look at all the AHL trophies. Obviously, we won the Calder Cup. We didn't win the President's Trophy version of the AHL, but we did win like our conference, our division, all that good stuff. So here, guys, look at the NHL team. As you can see, Mantha's now in the lineup, 82 overall. Hosang there at 81 overall. So a lot of the kids are starting to step up, which is good to see. Gibson and Patterson, I think, gives us a good 1-2 punch in net, 85 and 84 overall. So I like what our team's doing here, guys. AHL team, a lot of mid 70s, even a few 80s there in the AHL defense. So if we get injuries, we can definitely call them up. So guys, as you can see, 5-star offense, 4.5 star defense, and 4.5 star goaltending to end this season. So hopefully, next year's gonna be our year. We can make that Stanley Cup push. Besides that, guys, that's it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
You're gone and I gotta stay.